This is the second electric guitar I've built. It's called VHC, which stands for Vladimir Halen Custom, but because saying my own name every time I kind of speak about the guitar sounds too egoistic to me, I usually refer to this as the humbucker guitar or the black guitar. I've built this guitar on the same guitar building course where I did my tele, and as you can see, it's heavily inspired by the Gibson Midtown Custom. And when I was starting the project, there were no Midtown Custom kind of drawings or schematics available, so I just took the Gibson ES335 drawings, scaled down the body in Photoshop, and used that as the template for the body shape, and we also made the top flat as in the Midtown Custom as well. This guitar has a really traditional wood configuration. The body and the neck are from the same piece of mahogany, and it has a fairly thick maple cap on top. This guitar is semi-hollow, so there's a chamber over here, and there's a center block going through the whole guitar. The headstock on this guitar is from the same piece of mahogany as the neck, but instead of just carving it to an angle like they do traditionally on Gibson guitars, we actually kind of made an angled cut and flipped the pieces around, so this headstock kind of neck joint thing is much more stable and shouldn't break as easily. On the headstock there's also a small cap of ebony, and there's an inlay that I designed and cut myself. I think it's mother of pearl inlay, if I remember correctly. And the fretboard is made out of rosewood, and it has these nice small dots as inlays, which I really wanted to have. Hardware and electronics wise, it's a fairly standard setup. There's the Godot Tunematic bridge, Godot tuners, and a standard kind of Les Paul Midtown Custom configuration with 2 volumes and 2 tones for both pickups, and a 3-way selector. Originally, when I was building this guitar, I found a really good second-hand deal on Gibson burst buckers, and the actual Gibson Midtown Custom comes with those pickups as well. But I think in 2016 I saw a Black Friday deal from Shepton Pickups, and I immediately bought the cleverly named 6T8 Humbucker Set, which is a really awesome vintage style set of humbuckers specifically designed for the semi-hollow guitars, and these are absolutely awesome. I'm constantly surprised how versatile these pickups are. You can do anything from kind of blues, funk stuff to country rock to more hard rock stuff, and I've successfully used them in metal situations as well, as you can hear, for example, in my Joyo Meteor demo. The guitar is otherwise all gloss finish, but I ended up sanding the lacquer on the guitar a little bit just to make it a bit more comfortable for me to play. When I was building this guitar, all kinds of minor things happened every now and then, but the biggest thing that happened at the very end was when I was finishing the polishing process of the guitar. It was all nice and shiny, the body, the headstock and all of that, and I was finalizing the neck when my hand kind of slipped and the rotating screw of the polishing machine hit a pretty big dent here at the neck. It went pretty deep, some of the lacquer kind of broke here and some of the wood was lost, and we had to use this glue slash wood kind of paste that we applied here, and I had to do it several times and kind of repaint it a little bit as well, but it's playable, nobody's going to see it except me, and you don't even really notice it when you're playing now. But yeah, all kinds of things can happen. Unlike my telly, this guitar didn't accommodate to the Finnish climate as well, and especially the frets need a proper look from a professional, and there's even a chance that I might end up replacing them, because even initially I didn't do the most awesome job with the frets. Especially when playing chords over here, they are a bit out of tune, even though the intonation and everything is set up as good as I can do it. And I think it's the first or the second fret that's a bit too high, and maybe even the nut needs a little bit of adjustment as well. I think I will be taking this to a professional luthier soon. I think this guitar not being perfect is actually a perfect situation for me, because if I make a scratch or dent somewhere, I'm not going to freak out, because this guitar had those things originally as well. And I think I will be really motivated to get this fixed soon, because right now I really don't want to use it live because of the tuning issues, and I also might probably swap the tuners for locking ones. But otherwise, I'm super happy with it. It sounds awesome, and I'm really glad I built it. And to end up with a cheesy statement, I hope I'll get to grow old with this guitar.